Council meetings are long and boring. Wouldn't it be great if they were short and unboring? This is why I've invented the 5-minute meeting. All right. Ashland City Council meeting of November 19th. Oof. Might be more than 5 minutes. Okay, city administrators report. The group access granted the group Aura $10,000 for the 20-degree shelter, and the Engage Ashland survey summary. Ashland Fiber Network, thumbs down. People want fewer deer. Most people are conserving resources, and then there are lots of graphs of mixed results. And then this guy goes, hey, there are a lot of old people in the survey. And city lady said, yeah, well, we went to Mountain Meadows, and everyone in the crowd went, oh, of course, well, that was a mistake. And then this one goes, she goes, hey, we should survey some college students somehow, and the city lady said, yeah, that's a good idea. And then the public forum. The short gray-haired lady with a purple scarf said, climate change, there are different schools of thought, we must transition to a low-carbon future. Another short gray-haired lady with no scarf said our city isn't doing a great job of reducing greenhouse gases. And then crazy gray-haired guy said, oh, what are the priorities of CPAC? And I wonder what one thing will do will trigger all things. And he just kind of stopped. And then a long gray-haired lady said, Greta Stromberg, not the mayor, the Greta girl, inspired her to action, and she is supporting the Eco Challenge, and she is now an alarmist. And baldish guy said, my wife is at the state fighting 5G. 5G is unregulated and untested, and the 5G assault on the city of Ashland has begun. And an old regular guy, a chin-beard guy, says, I am pro-plastic bags. Science is important, and this is a tree city, and tree cutting, and hurricanes, and fires, and science. And then the consent agenda. Some sewer project on Oak was approved. Then the city guy proposed an increase in the building permit fees from an average of $500 to an average of $860, and most cities are at $800. And Ashland hasn't raised their fees since 2003, and the fees are going to will still only cover 60% of building fee costs. And then this guy says. What about poor people housing? And the guy said, oh, there's lots of housings for that kind of, exceptions for that kind of stuff. And this guy goes, I move, we make these changes. Passed unanimously. And then the water treatment plant solar allowance. This one said, asked that the water treatment plant be built to platinum standards, not just silver standards. So the city staff came back and said, it's going to cost $50,000 just to do the study to see how much more it's going to cost to do that. And then this guy goes, oh, I just want everyone to know that this might affect other things. And this one said, is that a question? And he went, my question is, I'll talk after the motion. And then this one said the motion, really long motion, saying, yeah, let's do this thing. And then this guy says, I really like that plan. And this one says, but what if I mean like the 50,000, and then what's next after? And then this one goes, this is normal. Climate issues are important. And this guy goes, boots on the ground. Money where our mouths are, and it all passed. Yes, and then the Ashland Canal. Oh, pipe it or no? The city attorney said something about conflict of interest and personal conduct and political views and recusals, blah blah blah. And then the city manager said, lots of press has said the public works director has an agenda, but she totally doesn't, and she's totally just doing her job. And the public works lady said, this is about water. I am here to clarify things. And then she says, are we going to cut down 100 trees? And the city lady said, yes. And then what about home foundations? And she said, oh, if we don't cut down trees, those just could be ruined even worse. And then everyone in the crowd went, oh, that's crazy. And then they go, hey, everyone, calm down, everybody. Everybody calm down. And then this guy says, he goes, maybe the trail you guys make after you pipe it will be a better trail than it is now. And the city lady went, I don't know, maybe. And then he went, yes, I think I scored some points. And then and this one goes, option 2. And this one said something about option 3, and this guy said something about option 1. This one said something about like, what about the shotcrete? The public works lady said, it's never going to work. And then public forum. Oh boy, public forum, plenty. Gray-haired lady said streets, walks, walls, gutters, water lines, power lines, sewer lines, water meters will all be destroyed with this project. Please vote no. Then the shoemaker guy said, the American Shotcrete Association, ASA, is like the American Metal Association, Medical, AMA, Shotcrete is awesome. And then a bald ponytail guy said, I asked the council that a council member recuse himself and representative government no longer exists. And this guy says, hey, talk about the issue. And then ponytail guy said, you're violating my First Amendment rights. And he goes, no, just talk about it. And the ponytail guy said, God, everything's unfair. And then another guy said, I have a 60-inch diameter tree, and removing it will infect the entire neighborhood. No pipe. A guy in plaid said, I like the pipe. I was on the water group, and long-term pipes are good. And then another lady said, other Oregon cities thought about doing the pipe, but then they didn't because it's dumb. And then the former councilor lady, she said 1 water, 2 trees, 3 shotcrete, and 4 E. coli. And then Dr. Lady with glasses said we asked questions and the staff didn't respond. I've talked to lawyers and counselors can be sued. And then a long gray-haired dude had a super reasonable description that the project will do harm when it isn't necessary. And then a guy in a green shirt said, I was on the commission and long-term costs and a pipe. And then a lady in a scarf and glasses said, I was on the water committee and I did the E. coli study. I did it and it was awesome. People don't get it. And I know lots of facts, pipe it. And then the discussion on that. Okay, so this guy goes, I propose to pipe it all. Sliced and diced and shovel ready, and the city will do a great job. And then this one goes, it isn't a win-win. Shotcrete's no good. The canal is lovely, but we still pipe it. And then this guy goes, this one goes, she says, I'm for all species, not just the human species. I vote no. And then she says, I'm no too. It's too expensive. And then this guy goes, I'm yes. Seek approval means this project is good. And this guy goes, I'm angry. The public works director is a good person. The councilor Jensen's a good person. This other guy's a good person. These statutes are beneath us. But this isn't necessary. I'm a no. And so then the mayor says, oh, it looks like I'm the tiebreaker. It's destructive, costs, conflicting info. I vote no, therefore, no canal. And then the county sheriff came by to lobby Ashland to put the new jail issue on the ballot. And a Jackson County homeless counselor said, our county does some great work with programs for the people who are justice involved. That's a good phrase that he uses a lot. Justice involved, you know, those people. And the jail is an important piece of that process. And this guy says, this jail is more than just a jail, right? It's a model from and this guy goes, whoa. There's a lot of people in line to talk. Just let them talk, okay? And he goes, oh yeah, okay, right. And then public forum. Oh, just the jail thing. And a NAMI lady, stands for I'm for against this thing. We asked that you only put this ballot up if the county promises to do mental health work. And then a NAMI lady number 2 said, we asked for special mental health budget and diversion programs from the county, and they said no. And then a guy said, I work with the homeless, and there's not enough info about dealing with the homeless. And some Brexit haircut guy, he was actually my favorite. You gotta watch him. He said some good stuff. He said he likes the sheriff, but Ashland has some leverage now, and don't give all this money to the Jackson County supervisors because they will be the only ones in charge of the $171 million. And then a white-haired lady said, keep people out of jail instead of getting them to jail. Former council lady said the new tax only go to the jail, not to mental health. A lady in a jacket said, my property taxes went from $2,000 to $8,000 in 15 years. Brah, no more taxes. Phoenix councilor showed up and said, this is unrelated, or this, what did she say? Where am I? The guy in a Phoenix council said, this is under research. I have info to submit. And then a guy in a hat said, I support the sheriff, but this is big and it doesn't sit right. The lady in a red jacket said, mental health, homelessness, poverty are not addressed by this. And a beard and glasses guy said, unfair incarceration is endemic. Ashland needs to send a message to the county. And then this one said, will this new service district created for this jail pay for everything? Jail staff and mental stuff? The sheriff said, oh yeah. And then this one said again, we have time, so I move that we do research on this and delay this vote to December. And this one said, jail is bad, but let's look at stuff. This one said, I was going to vote no, but I'm all for delaying stuff. And then this one said, the county doesn't explain how they'd add services with this new jail. And this guy said, this should be on the ballot. And then this guy says, let's pass this motion about delaying and keep looking at this. And the motion passed until December to delay. And then this guy goes, okay, now let's keep moving on to the next. And this guy goes, now this meeting's over. And he went, oh, okay. And that's it. End of meeting. You're welcome.